as you rightly said, I championed the cancellation because it was an agreement that was rectified and it just sat there for so long. And when you ratify these agreements, the government is obligated to ensuring that it's executed. And the agreement, as long as it's rectified, the company or the institution still has the responsibility to do whatever was were stated in those agreements. And that's why I pushed for the cancellation so government could not have that kind of obligation. But now that it was not canceled, we need to look at what that entails and what government needs to do concerning that. But as it is, nothing has reached me concerning our engagement with Eton and Ipoma.
So just to do a follow-up, my name is Brahmo from Library Investigator. Are you saying that officially the Librarian Center have been notified any additional you have not-
Officially, we do not know the Nigerian Senate has not been notified about, about any engagement concerning Eton Ipoma. When we are notified, it's right on the floor. Yeah, any information that comes to us, anything that we need to do regarding concessions, agreements, and all of that, you know it's right on the Senate floor.
And then finally, what is the status of, I mean, I want to take you out of the capital a bit. What is the status of Liberty Party?
You turn from all the other ones you talking to Liberty Party. Well, Liberty Party is in very good standing and we are happy. We all know about the Liberty Party crisis. We came back together as a political institution. I think it's the only political party that has was divided, split into confusion, and all of us were able to come back together. The party chairman resigned. He has his own party now. The Liberty Party has a very beautiful and spacious party headquarters. We had our party convention. We have new leaders. We have our plans that we are working with. The party is an institution. We have institutionalized the party so it does not work around individuals. And our plans that we have for the next 3 months is not a social media plan. It's not a plan to bring people out in the streets. It's a plan to be that is more constructive. We are reconstructing, we are restructuring, and we are doing a lot of work. And at the end of the day, you will see the results from Liberty Party. But we are doing a lot in our different counties and communities.
Okay. Next. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Project. I'm Obadiah Johnson. I work for Front Page Africa newspaper. Two concerns. The first has to do with the incomplete executive mansion.
It to 18, it to 26. Sorry.
The incomplete executive mansion, it appears they are milking cow where millions of taxpayers' money have been allocated towards its renovation, but yet still Liberians are yet to see its full completion. Yesterday, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs designate was here. He spoke about plans to renovate that. What do you make of mounting costs for an audit to be conducted before any money is allocated towards the mansion rehabilitation?
Well, I'm disappointed that we're still talking about the renovation of the executive mansion because I became a senator 2013. When I became a senator, before I became a senator, or whatever time we can verify that. I think in the budget there was anything around 10 to 11 million annually for the renovation of the executive mansion. And there were times that we asked for audit. There were times that we asked for physical visit to the executive mansion, and were not given the rights to do that. I went into the mansion when President Bouaka became president, and I was disappointed that all that kind of funding had gone into the renovation of the mansion, and there's nothing done there. I don't think there are even 2 floors completed, so it's very disappointing. I think there should be an audit into the funds that were given for the renovation of the executive mansion, whatever company was used, the entity that was in charge, and so something can be established for that kind of loss, because I think it was a loss to put so much into the executive mansion, and we're still talking about renovation.
Finally, from my end, what's your political future? There are plans that you are contemplating on contesting for the presidency come 2029. Actually, says.
Well, my political future right now is to ensure that the government does well. And besides me being the pro tem, I was the campaign manager for the president, and I was the rescue mother. we opted for change, and we have to do everything to make sure that we impact the lives of our people, that there are changes that will be recognized. And we see that today. We see what's happening with roads. We see what's happening with electricity. We see improvements even in the health sector, educational sector. We are doing a lot. We intend to do more because we know that it's been just 2 or 3 years, but we are on the right track. And my aim and goal right now is to make sure that this government succeeds. If the government succeeds, Liberians will decide the next course of action for 2029 and the future that any political party has.
Come back.
Yeah, Madam President, good morning. I'm Coris from Chief FM. I'm concerned about a recent witness a huge celebration, especially for Grand Bassa County, when they saw the arrival of electrical pole in the county. What do you expect to see actual work starting now to be led by the Grand Bassa in terms of legislature?
Well, the European Union committed over $40-something million to electrifying Buchanan City, Barclayville, and I think 2 other cities. That program was launched a few months ago, and they started the progress. It's progressive. We've been following up on that. Poles are going in, transformers are going in, poles are being planted. We've been very aggressive with our oversight on that, and I occasionally or more often engage them about progress. So I'm tracking what they're doing, and hopefully they're going to meet their deadline of 2026. They have made a commitment that before the end of 2026, those areas that are under that funding from the European Union will be electrified, and I think they are doing well so far.
With this spoon.
Yeah, I'm Nelson Colette from Spoon. Madam President, I have two concerns. The first one is you mentioned the engagements you've had with the Chinese government with regards to the renovation of the joint chambers. I'd like to know, where are we with those conversations? I know you just went to China, you just returned. There was an engagement quite recently with the ambassador, I understand. But what are you getting from them? How soon are we expected to see work?
So the engagement with the for the construction or for the my request was not with the to the Chinese ambassador. It was to the chair of the standing committee of the Chinese legislature. He's the third highest leader in the country. So we made that request. He requested the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs for China to ensure that our request was added to the projects that are done here, especially the overpass bridge that was mentioned, and it was in the presence of the ambassador, Liberian ambassador to China. And he didn't just stop there, but that instruction was sent down to CEDA, is the Chinese development agency, is like their UC. So it was captured. And today I met with the Chinese Chargé Affairs because the ambassador is not here. So that instruction has also been passed down to them. So we started a conversation, and I've asked the chairperson on Foreign Affairs, Senator Darius Dallon, to liaise with the Minister of Foreign Affairs so that communication can be formalized as they are prepared to do that. I've also informed the speaker about that. I would do a formal communication to the House. So it's a process, a project that should be done jointly. And so we can have a joint team to engage and follow through with the procedure that we need to follow to have that done.
Okay, so
Okay, follow up.
yeah, so the engagement has not been finalized, but it's expected to form.
It was approved. It was approved in China that the renovation of our old building and the repair of the joint chamber will be done by the Chinese government. It was approved. Well, you have to start a process. They can't tell you, say, next month. So the most important thing is the approval that it will be done, and the process now is about to start through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
My final concern, what do you make of the fight against corruption by this administration? And my question is coming from the backdrop of the fact that there was an asset recovery team set up. There were advances made up to now. We're yet to see significant progress with respect to the progress of the asset recovery team. And then we have had issues like recently your colleague, Senator Boto Kane of Bapolo County has been raising concerns about the superintendent being indicted for corruption, but is yet to be suspended. Similar thing at Norfolk County Community College. What's your take when it comes to the fight against corruption?
I think we all have done well. The government, the legislature, we are doing well when it comes to the fight of the Senate. I can speak for the fight of corruption. Because to fight corruption, you have to first make sure that you as an institution is accountable and transparent. So when I took over as the president pro tempore, the first thing I did through my reform is to make sure that GSC come here to do a system audit. Because if we want to request audit, if we want to fight corruption, we have to be accountable. I know all of you here have been following the report on our reform. That system audit was done. There was a list of items or issues that needed to be addressed to put the right system, the right structure in place to prepare us for audit. Because of that, we hire the financial consultant who came and has been working with our financial department, all of the relevant departments that are needed to put the right system in place. And we have been presenting our reports. We have all of the policy documents developed. That has been a problem before that we couldn't have on the table. We have the IT consultant has been working for transparency and accountability. We have the biometric system. Now you have employees signing in to the biometric system, so nobody going to stay home for days and not report to work, and they don't know if they're earning fairly for what they do. So we're doing that. We have Wi-Fi, we have internet to be able to support some of the work that we do through technology. So that is good. Also, the legislature, for a very long time, the GSC complained about having funding to do audits. And this legislature, under our leadership and under this government, has approved funding for GSC to do several audits. That's why you see all these audit reports coming out. So if you don't want to fight corruption, you're not going to support GSC the way it's being supported. I think the president himself allowed an audit in the executive. So all of those things are support to what we want to see in the fight of corruption. And when these issues come before us, like what you spoke about, from Senator Boto Kane, we will use our oversight responsibility to make sure that the right thing is done. If anybody is being accused of corruption, I think the action being taken, they should not be in those counties operating, because then it's not the right thing to do. They're not credible enough to take the lead in those kind of positions. So it's before the Senate. We will make our decisions and make recommendations to the president, because we can only recommend to the executive. And then with all of your advocacies and what you do with the media, we've pushed the president to act.
0 to 10, what's the rating of this government when it comes to the fight against corruption?
I think I can say 6. 6 when it comes to the institutional strengthening and preparing us for corruption, some of the actions that we are taking along the way.
We take 5 more questions, so we
So-
start from here.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Just to begin with the issue of transparency, I'm Mikey Obaya and I local for Sky FM. There's this report from LCC talking about out of the 30 senators, 7 senators only declare their assets. Has that report reached your office? If yes, what are you doing to make sure that all of the senators comply to the asset
Only
declaration?
7 senators declare assets.
Yeah, per the report released Tuesday from LCC.
Well, I have to
This is
review
for
that,
7 senators.
because the last report that came to us, I think there was 6. Are you sure that maybe 7 senators left to declare the asset? Or
7 senators
think
declared
we
their
should
assets
actually
from the
review-
House of Senate and 4 from the House of Representatives.
No, I think we should review that, because my last report showed that I think 7 or 6 senators were outstanding. That means 7 senators had not declared their asset, because we've been pushing for senators to declare their asset. I did mine as an example, or to be as a leader. So we'll review that report, but I don't think we have only 7 senators who have declared their assets.
So
In
okay.
fact, we asked the LACC to set up a team here at the Senate, and they were right in this conference room for a few days to help senators to go through the process of declaring the assets. So I will review that report today and verify that.
So only the aspect
But
of,
whatever the case is, I will reiterate the importance of senators declaring the assets. Today again, we'll follow up to make sure that we complete.
in the Labour Party because you guys are in bed with the ruling United Party. What are you to say to those people? And B, to that question, there is this discussion of political party owning their headquarters. Are there plans for Labour Party to also dive in the same path of constructing their own headquarters?
Liberty Party is still the third largest opposition party, now the second largest opposition party, and the third largest party in this country. You see the independence. If we were in bed with any political party, you will not see that we have our own structure. You will not see a political leader. You will not see the party chair. We have a structure. We have structures that we are building all over the country. Liberty Party is very strategic. If you follow, we have managed campaigns and we have used our strategies to defeat opposition. I was the campaign manager for the Rescue Mission, the political leader of Liberty Party. My strategies and support helped President Bouaka to win these elections. So we came in a collaboration because our collaboration made it easier for us to defeat the ruling party, and which we wanted to do, and that happened. If you've been following from after the collaboration, after President Bouaka's inauguration, our party came back together. We have had the convention. We've been having all these different events. We had the party anniversary. We had the biggest women program, if you follow. So do not overlook Liberty Party. Liberty Party is even bigger than it was 5 years ago, I can tell you that. But we are still with a plan. Our strategy is not to run around. Our strategy is not to be on Facebook. Our strategy is to work internally to put in the right structure, put in the right system, and make sure that people feel a part of the party. And it's also to institutionalize. So people support their party, people know that they are part of the party, and the party is not Yombly. The party is not Rookie Barry. The party is not just Darius Dillon, but the party is the people. And this party has a base that you cannot discount. So that base alone has never gone away. If that base had gone away, we're not going to have the political capital that we have today. So Liberty Party is one of the strongest and biggest party in this country. And when that time comes, you will see what Liberty Party is.
Yeah,
As we speak,
we take
we are
you- we
working.
take EFCC,
Well,
then we take
headquarter
Timo.
construction
Okay, so we
is
take
not. Well, headquarter construction is not a requirement for political parties. Political parties globally all over, people rent, people lease. The fact that people are constructing headquarters doesn't mean that all the political parties should do that, but it's important to have your own headquarters, but let it not be a requirement. And the latest talk in time, I think the biggest thing is to make sure that we have the right structure and system, and we're working well as a party. When the time comes for us to construct, we'll do that. But for many, many years, political parties have rented and leased building here, which is not against any standard. So I don't think we should be tied to why we're not building a headquarters.
Take you, then we take LPS and take the last.
Yeah, great work, Senator Pro Tem, and government to succeed is essential, but there are several reports from the capital of Mosurado of alleged miners, specifically east, that is on the Rabofi Highway. They're mining for years. People are crowd out. Nobody to the rescue. Months ago, River Sets, specifically Solo Village, Beer Mountain, been there for months. Even damaging the roads. There are a lot of places they are open. I have photos, videos of that. And it's also an allegation against some senators and representatives receiving stipend from Beer Mountain every month. You want the government to succeed. What are the plans in terms of taking away those illegal miners from Bensonville and Riverside, specifically the East Company that is constructing our roads?
Well, I can speak to the allegations of law about lawmaker taking compensation because I don't know about that. I don't know if it's anything that is true. But the legislature has oversight rules, and this is what we've decided to do in the Senate. In fact, I had a conversation with the president that all of these companies that have mining licenses, uh, the government should review those mining licenses because those licenses have been given for a long period. If we don't review them to make sure that it meets the standard of today, we're going to continue to have these problems. We're having the same problem today in Grand Bassa County. We have our tailings and the license were given out to two different companies over a period of almost 12 to 15 years. Today, that mining has not gone on because people come and take mining licenses and they keep it to wait for the opportunity to sell it or to flip it for a bigger price. So we have to put in the right wordings. We have to put in timelines. We have to make sure that the agreements are structured in a way that the government will benefit and our people will benefit and will not have the kind of issues we're having. To be more robust with that, the center will be having a retreat soon, and our retreat is more about the mining sector, the extractive industry. What do we need to do to reform that industry to make sure that these agreements are reviewed and restructured so these occurrences like what you are listing don't happen. So after that retreat, we'll come up with a plan, and we hope that we all can follow that plan and see the difference that we make as a Senate when it comes to our oversight with the mining.
Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you find yourself, whatever you're watching us from. Thank you for joining us today, this evening, on our end, or this night. Thank you for joining us. And today is October 23rd, 2025. Like I said, guys, we are approaching the end of the year. We are almost in 2026. Believe it or not, we just got into 2025 and we're in October already. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Or when you want the year to go, a little longer, or you need the days to be a little longer. That's when the time goes by faster and faster and faster, and that's what we're experiencing for this year or any other year for that matter. You know, thank you for coming, you guys. Thank you, Mawalef. Thank you so much. And do us a favor, please go to your YouTube and your Facebook and share, comment, subscribe, and come back. Go to Liberia Watch News. You are watching the nightly exchange, but it's being ran on Liberia Watch News. So please do so. Please, please, please do so and come back here so we can discuss. Welcome, Moses, Kali. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And for you, all of you who are now commenting and who will watch later, thank you for being here. And please share the show. Please share. Please comment. Please like, subscribe. And yeah, so we can come here and have some fun. I hope you guys were watching the video that I was just playing in the of the pro tem, the Senate President pro tempore, however they call it, they say it. Yeah, I hope you were just watching it, and she said a lot of things there that actually make sense. That some of her had questions about what was going on, and she kind of touched on some of those things, and Yeah, I told you I always bring you videos that is informative. And when I watch it, I find something good in it. I want you to watch it too and see what you think about it. So yeah, that was it. So we also have while I wait for the guys to come on, there are a lot of good things coming from Liberia. And we also have some people, still have some critics, which is, normal and healthy. And we we are moving as a country. We are praying for our country. There are still a lot of things that needs to be taken care of. Still a lot of bad people who are there and are not being held accountable. But nevertheless, we are, will be here, and we think things gradually, happening. Everything is not bright and butter like we always say, but something is happening, right? And that's what we always come here and show you and talk about. And the ones that are not happening, we also talk about it. So thank you so much for being here, for watching us on this channel. We are, free talkers. We come here, we are not journalists. We are not any government owned or opposition owned station or platform. We just come here as young Liberians who wants to have a say in discussion in our country. And we talk about a lot of things here, apart from politics. But politics is the biggest things in Liberia, so I guess people try to talk about it. So we talk about it too, But we anyone who wants to come here and talk and say and have a discussion with us as Liberians, as you see, you are free and welcome to do that. And I'll put the chat in the comment section, and when my number is up there for time to call in, just call that number if you want to get out of in the chat room, and we will do so. So we sometimes it gets heated, though we are not politicians. Well, I'm gonna speak for myself, okay? I'm not gonna speak for everyone because some people may have some intentions to go back and run for public offices. Me, on the other hand, that is not in my dream. That is not when I was coming from Marshall Territory. That is not when my parents had me when I was in school, when I was graduating, whatever. That was never in my view to be anything that has to do with politics. Okay, so that's not me. If I go back home, I want to be doing my own stuff. I mean, if it's a place that I can serve, well, I don't. If I want to, if I think I can, maybe. But to have some kind of, you know, a motive, or should I say interest in running for any office or doing that or do that, because some people when they see us on these platforms talking, they always think that's what everybody wants to do, to go back to Liberia and run for public offices and do that. And maybe some people, a lot of people do, but not everybody. We just have fun talking about Liberia. Some of us, we love our country, and I know a lot of time we get laughed at, should I say, or on the mind for the time that we've been out of Liberia, that we have no right to talk in Liberia politics. We don't know anything about Liberia. We don't know, but I always said to them that a lot of things about things that happened in the 80s. I mean, maybe in the 60s, in the 50s, and in the 40s. Though, in Liberia, some of you weren't there. No, you weren't, but you know about it. There are a lot of things you know about America before you came. Were you living here? There are a lot of things you know about countries in the world. A lot of countries in the world. You are not from there, or you don't live there. So the fact that you would tell me that I don't know anything about Liberia, God knows I grew up in Liberia, so I shouldn't talk about Liberia politics, and you're wrong, because that's where I'm from. So I don't have to be there to see what's going on. I visited there one time, but I have families there, right? And we're living in the global world today. Social media got us living there, and we see what's going on there. So, I mean, I don't have to be sitting there, and I'm glad I'm not, because maybe I was going to be part of it, you know, a person, one of those persons that who just care about politics and politicians. I mean, that party and politician and not your country. And because you can't blame people. People from that your environment, have an impact on you. So maybe a lot of people who are in there who grew up there, that's that's their mindset. They're more loyal to party and politicians than they are to their country. And I'm glad I'm not like that. I support a guy, I support a party to win the election, but God be my witness. You would not be treating Liberia wrong and be treating the people of Liberia in these thing I'm gonna say here because I supported you too. And it's that's not happening. So yeah. So it's sometimes good for some people to be out and some people to stay because the mindsets are different. So that's a good thing. They try to make it sound like a bad thing, but necessarily not necessarily. Necessarily, it's not a bad thing. It's sometimes good. Just to lay that out there. So yeah, if you have the time, I'm gonna put a link in the chat right now. Join us whenever you have the time and come here if you like talking about Liberia. Join us. Let's talk about Liberia. Okay, join us. And if you like us talking about Liberia, share the show. Don't just sit there. It shouldn't have to be negative before you share it. Please. We have to, like I always tell y'all, we have to break that curse or stereotype or whatever it is. Right? We have to break that. You should learn we Liberians should learn how to support things, good things, and it doesn't always have to be negative before we support it. I mean, something about your country, it should be good enough for you to support it, you know, especially when you see a group of young people sitting and talking about Liberia. That's a good thing. And I think we should all embrace that and we should all want to do that and we should all want to support that young people outside of the country have love for that country and they want to sit on the platforms, taking time away from their business schedule. Me, I have 2 kids that I could be looking at my little boy when I'm on here. He's giving me all the trouble, and sometimes I think you see me talking like this, going like that. But I'm here talking about I'm not getting paid for it. It's just for the love, right? So if we're doing that, your duty should be to share it. If you don't want to come on, share the show. Don't just sit there and just be scrolling and just be passing because we're not cussing mom, we're not cussing pa, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. It shouldn't be the only thing that you support. As let's break that bad behavior, okay? Learn how to support a group of young people who are doing positive things and talking about our country, loving our country. We may have different things, but we come here, it get heated, we talk because people say we supporting our side, but after that we are all Liberians, we're all friends, we're all cool at the end of the day. So do us that favor. If you don't want to come on, if you can't come on, if you're so shy, then share the show. Let other people see it. Thank you. So let me look and see after all that preaching I just did for you. Let me see who's in the back and see if I can bring people. Oh, look, I see Eric. Welcome, Eric. And I see Emmanuel. What's up with you? The e-mails and the e-mail today. Emmanuel, where are you? We can't see anything about you. Your screen is dark. And where are you? You're muted.
Yeah, I couldn't pick my brother up. Usually I can get home before I call you, but I'm waiting, so I just decided to just. I'm feeling that you are all alone by yourself. Let me just join her a little bit. But then you kept me in the back until you go bring Eric on the firstly Eric.
Oh, But how you know Eric wasn't on here before you? But flip
You will
it.
apply, man. We bringing you
Like,
on. You will apply. You not like you. You can be pretending you didn't let me apply you.
oh, I know. No, you ain't let me on the TV. Yeah, you don't let me, so, but I don't care. So,
Amy, you know that you, Amy, look how beautiful you are tonight, man. I
say hi
see
to
you.
everyone.
Oh, you're so
Thank you, Eric.
beautiful tonight. I'm listening to you, even in the back. I'm like, wow. You know, Liberian women are special, unique,
No,
beautiful,
you're here,
gorgeous, palatable.
like
I mean,
bring with
all the
me.
adjectives.
Come in here, Eric. Talk. Like bring with me. Come on, come on. Listen to Eric.
Yeah, I see
You
it and now I'm
you were
like,
30 you. You want you to
thank
get
God
there
I'm
with
not
you. 30 you
married.
better jump for.
Just by seeing you tonight, that's how excited I am that I'm not married like Emmanuel Zaza, who is already
Are
married
you
with 5
serious?
children.
Man, are you, Emmanuel, you ready to Eric say you married with 5 children. But it's good to be married, so that's not a bad thing.
He will issue a disclaimer tonight. Trust me, he will issue a disclaimer. He will say he married.
Is it not true?
I got 4 girls. 4 girls.
Ah,
Oh, he's a girl's dad. He's a
Yeah, I
wow.
got 4 girls. But you know
Amy, you
what,
see,
Amy, let me just get
no,
without jump back on here. I don't want to be
no,
distracting
1
you.
minute. You talk about you got 4 guys. Confirm. Are you married or not?
Okay. As soon as I come back, I'll tell you. Don't worry.
Oh,
Why I gotta be put on the back burner?
no, but you were able to tell us that you got 4 children, but you can tell her that you married. Oh, Amy, so what I said to you tonight? The man is married with 5 children. Even
Yeah,
though he omitted one, but it's okay.
go
At
ahead.
least.
Go ahead. Tell us what's on your mind. Let me grab something real quick. Go ahead.
What's on my mind?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me grab something real quick. Come here.
Okay, no problem. Go grab your thing.
Mhm.
So, what's on my mind? Why do I get started with? The first thing is the desperation of unity partisans who are so eager to indult quote unquote seditions that worked for the Congress for Democratic Change or the Coalition for Democratic Change, CDC government. To the
So,
extent but you're so quick, Amy. You made me do
I have a grab something. Yeah, hold on.
no anyway. When you said let me grab something quick and me, you gotta allow me. I was taking advantage of your
Go
excellence.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't see you
So,
stop.
oh, okay, that's nice.
Mhm.
So then I saw on Facebook surrogates. I always love to call them surrogates, but let me say supporter for maybe my what that are listening. Like Sam Jackson always love to refer to people who are not up to the path.
Mhm.
I saw one of the Fadigas brothers, giving a residential place in Monrovia to the former CEO of Knockout, Safra May Gray. A very beautiful structure, giving it to her in the name of LACC, GSC needs to audit. This is where she built. And we all know that that place is not for Safra May Gray. It is for the current
Oh, you
head.
mean claiming it's hers?
Yeah, he was claiming that it is her. Not he
Oh,
wasn't alone. Other Unity Party supporters
I think
ignorantly
we're
claim.
giving it to her. I'm like, giving it to her.
They were claiming that it is her because their emphasis is that the Unity Party government should begin to handcuff seditions because when I mean seditions, people who were working in the George Weah government and had an influential position, they should be handcuffed, they should be in jail. So
Corrupt officials.
yes, quote unquote. So he took a photo of a place that belongs to the current head of the Ministry of Information used to be the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism. So the tourism aspect of the Ministry of Information was stripped off them of recent. It was given to one lady. She had taught me her callings. I'll figure her name later on. Her place that she has in Monrovia. It was the place that the Fadiga brother took and gave to Safa Megre. So I'm excited. I'm like, okay, LCC go and take the place and call Safa Megre, because this place is actually for the person that the president just appointed to be the head of tourism in the country. So in short, our people that are in government should not be so desperate to handcuff or to call for the persecution or the incarceration of CDC officials only because they are not in government, and they assume that any area that is so beautiful, that is so developed, belongs to people within the CDC government.
Is that
If you
why they
do-
came up with that conclusion? That because the place was so beautiful? Or do you have any information as to why or how they came up to that conclusion?
No,
Claiming that
I mean I can send a place to you, and even I will say to you, even without sending the post to you, I will say to you that I actually want the LSCs to go in and interrogate the place. This is a woman that you know has been reported working in America, and she just got appointed by President Barack, but she worked within America, earned her just money. It's almost like you, non-political, but wants your country to be better because you live in the West, you know how things work, and you want the same for your country. And it's like you build your house. Somebody took your house and say your house belongs to Samuel Twe. That's exactly what they did to the CEO of Noka on Georgia. This
But this is what I'm saying. Do you have any information as in why they said that was her house?
I don't know, but I can say who said it was a house. Fadikas, one of the Fadikas, either Hassan or whatever. You know that name almost the same. I can barely, yeah, I can barely distinguish the two. But when I send the information that you wish I would do right now, you can distinguish which of them said it. And that I can say to you. But they took a house and gave it to Safa Megre, the the former head of Noka. And that's that's
So who then said that? I mean, apart from you saying it, has anyone else or authorities said that clears Safa Megre of that property, or you're just saying it because you know this person?
no, Safa Megre, somebody that I know, it's not her property. It's not a even if it's a property, I'm saying to you, even if it is a property, let her go seize it and do investigation. How she got the money to build that place? That's what I'm saying. But I know her. I've interacted with her. I've confirmed to her when I saw the post. She said, "Eric, this is not me." And all the people I spoke to linked that place to the head of the current. I think there's a way they call it, either commissioner or head of something for the tourism in the country. Yeah, yeah. Which I will send the information to you, in split seconds. That's her place. But what I'm saying is, it's the desperation for Unity Party supporters to say, okay, we're fighting corruption. Already, the access recovery team is dead. It's dead.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know when was the last time you heard about access recovery team doing anything. How much have they recovered?
Couple of months ago, they came out and they indicted. I think they were the one who indicted. They talk about it. What was it? A rice business or something like that? I don't know, but they just did something like a couple of months ago, and we were talking
Since
about.
since the access recovery game, the only thing they've been doing was to talk about Finabono car rental. And then, yeah, you're right. They brought out issue about the Japanese rice and all kind of thing. But where are we? Why did they retrieve?
Well, they said investigation was being done behind the scene. Like everyone asked them to do. You can't just come and start grabbing stuff. You have to investigate and make sure. This is why y'all always say, "Oh, why aren't they arresting these people? Why aren't they doing
No,
it?"
no,
Investigation
I don't
has
have
to be
problem with the arrest. Amy, I've never had problem with the arrest or the incarceration. My only concern is what have you retrieved over the last 1 year?
Well, this is what I'm saying. They can't just. I mean, they started off on the wrong foot, and I guess people
Or
told
how
them.
you know? How you know
So
it
they
was a
had.
wrongful? What did they do that you consider it
Yeah,
as a wrongful?
they were told that was the wrong way to do it. They have to investigate. They have to do this. They have to do that, and that's what they claim they have been doing behind the scenes. So we cannot just count them out when they said. Well, there was a lot of people were saying they were dead anyway for a very long time before they came out with that whole, something that came away, and then they went down again. They said they were investigated, so they're gone down again. So they are investigating behind the scene. Who am I to say
No,
no? They're
no.
lying.
Let me say something to you. You
They
know,
can't be
we
in
don't.
there. In there,
Amy,
something and be on Facebook. Oh, we went to the something. We investigated. No, that's not what they're supposed to be doing. They're just supposed to come up with their findings. That's what they're
Amy,
supposed to do.
what we need to do in Liberia, and it has nothing to do with Joseph Parker government, but what we need in Liberia is
Mhm.
we need an empowered GAC. We
So,
need an empowered LACC.
mhm.
The General Auditing Commission should be empowered. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission should be empowered to do the work. If we have, in addition to these two, let's add the IAA, Internal Audit Agency. If we have these three entities, which we consider as anti-graft, plus the FRB, they call it something, FRB. If we have these three or four entities ready
Operate.
in power, huh?
I said
You know,
operating and move.
yes, ready in power, vibrant, and up to the task, we don't need an asset recovery team. Our whole asset recovery team is a distraction. That's
Okay.
why since the asset recovery team came into being, they can tell us how many dollars or a cent that they have retrieved from quote unquote corrupt official, whether past or present. Zero.
Eric, you think it's that easy to just go and just retrieve something
If
from
it's not
corrupt
that
official?
easy, then why are we spending millions, if not thousands of dollars?
Well, just
On
because
them?
it's not easy, it doesn't mean it shouldn't be done.
So then
My
what's
point
it
I'm
what
trying to
so
listen
what's
now.
the
My point
essence
I'm
of the
trying
the
to
LACC?
listen now. My point I'm trying to make it is that LSTC can't go that deep. We're talking about offshore and everything, something here. My point I'm trying to make it is that people who are doing that work, I'm pretty sure, I'm not one of them, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not something, but I'm pretty sure they have to do more, right? You can't just come up because these things are, after you do that, they are court proceeding, right? You have to have everything that you need to have to be able to win that battle in court. You can't just go and do it out of sentiment or go and just rush it out and do it and think that you're doing your job because you want to please the public. No, you can't do that. You have to. You and I can know something happened here. You and I can know somebody stole something. But in the court of law, you have to give a proof. You have to get a solid, right? It's not, you're not just going by the map. That judgment know it, but he going by the law. You have to prove it. And anything you do outside of that corrupt that case or jeopardize it or do some little tiny thing on it, you will lose that case. It's not, you're not losing it because it's not true. These people are not dead or they're not that, but because you never did it the right way. The procedure was not followed. So we can't just say, oh, why aren't they doing that? Why is this not this? No,
So let me
no.
say no, let me say to you, right? You see the asset recovery team is not being legislated. The legislature did not approve the asset recovery team. It's a presidential project or
Yeah.
initiative.
He has that right, right?
No, but even with the right he has,
Mhm.
it's limited to a year. Every year, the president has to, reaffirm that whole access recovery thing. So
Really?
it yes, it gives them limitation
Hmm.
because it does not have that statutory backing. It only has the executive backing. So you need that, and I hope a lawyer could come here to correct me or to further strengthen what I'm saying. You
Mhm.
know. So the whole access recovery team is just for a year. After a year, the president has to renew. Every year, the president has to renew. Unlike the GSC, unlike
Mhm.
the LACC.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm
Those
saying, pardon?
those are tenure, right?
Yes, like in fact, the GSC is embedded in the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia.
Okay.
The Constitution recognizes the GSC, it recognizes the GSA, and the National Elections Commission. Those are three autonomous agencies that the Constitution recognizes.
Gotcha.
So the LACC is a statutory, but I mean it has that backing of the legislature, the judiciary, and whatever. Even right now, they have that quasi judicial responsibility to go after corrupt officials, not only to indict them, but to prosecute them. If I am told that by next year, the court should be established to begin to try people who the LACC indict for corruption.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
We we're waiting. Yes, we
Yeah.
want to see. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to see some prosecution. We don't just want to see
Yeah. So
indict. No, we
yeah,
want to
yeah.
see
So
the.
so that thing, the access recovery, I have not seen. I mean, we spend a lot of money on the access recovery. We spend a lot of money on the ombudsman. For example, the ombudsman recommended people to President Boakai to have them dismissed, to have them suspended. He's done absolutely zero to have the people suspended or dismissed. Those people
Because
violated the code of
why?
conduct. Hmm?
So how do you know that they haven't corrected that?
Because I took people to the ombudsman. The ombudsman indicted some of the people I took there, and they recommended that the president should
You
dismiss them.
took that
Yeah, I did.
to the
I did.
ombudsman.
Yeah, I did. I wrote a letter to the ombudsman complaining, for example,
Oh,
the
that what you
assistant.
mean?
Yeah, I took them, meaning that my investigation showed that let me give you an example. My investigation showed that the assistant minister for the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Kelvin Matali, was canvassing, was campaigning for Senator Coker in the just ended senatorial election in Nima County when he was still serving as
What's his position?
he was he is an assistant minister for commerce, the Ministry of Commerce. It's called the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry.
How is that a code of conduct issue or whatever?
It is because the code of conduct, according to chapter 5, says if you are an appointed official, you should not canvass, campaign for a candidate
Mm.
that is contesting in an ensuing election unless you resigned or you put in what they call administrative leave to do that.
But I thought that was for tenure positions.
No, not tenure. No, the tenure position comes in where if you want to contest. Yeah, yeah.
No, no.
No, Amy, I'm telling you something that I won the case at the
Well,
LACC.
I don't know. You gotta send me the article of the Constitution because I
No,
know
not
the
the
tenure.
constitution, that the code of
The tenure
conduct I'm discussing.
whatever. Because I know
Yeah.
that the tenure position as I learned, is the position that is there for, kind of like, EPS or whatever. You are not loyal to anybody. You're loyal to that office, right? Kind of like the Secret Service here. You are loyal to that office. So whoever sits there at the time, that's where your loyalty lies. That's your job to protect that person to the fullest. That's when that other person leaves, the next person that come there, the same thing, right? So if you are loyal to someone, that makes you, a neutral person. You're not supposed to be loyal to anybody or wearing a party something, right? Why you are in that tenure position, because it's a position that recycle all year round. It doesn't matter who sits there. I don't know. I never heard about the part that when the president appoints the minister and something, they're not supposed to. This is my first time hearing it.
No, so what I'm saying to you is that I agree with your position that if you have a tenure position, you are not to participate or canvass for an elected position or even to contest in an elected position if you have not resigned or if you have not given your letter to say, I suspend myself in this position to do X, Y, and Z. So I agree with you. It also resonates with tenure position, but it goes beyond tenure position to say that if you are a presidential appointee, you are not to canvass, campaign, or participate in an election unless you resign or unless you put in what we call letter of suspension to say, okay, I suspend or I whatever the terminology is, that I'm no longer active in this position. I went to the code of conduct. I went through the processes therein through lawyers and things. We had a conference call, and so we got abreast with this law. So what I'm saying to you, in short, if you are in the the reason you bring it in a position actually implies that whoever becomes president should not dismiss you. That's the
That's
essence
what I
of it.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the essence of the tenant position. Unless the only reason you dismiss it is if your tenure comes to an end.
Or
That's
you
the
broke
only.
into the kind of
Yeah,
okay.
that's the only reason. So that tenure position has nothing or little to do with your activity in political activities. Once you begin to canvass for a political candidate, whether you are a tenure position or you're an appointed position, you must resign prior to this. The only people that are exempt from that scrutiny will be people who, let's say, if I want to be president and maybe you, Amy, you are serving a tenure position and I nominated to be my vice running mate in an election year, the law says that you did not canvass to be a running mate, because running mate always has to do with who the stand-up bearer in that election would decide. So they don't hold you responsible for violating that. That's why you saw Harrison Conway in 2017 was able to become the running mate of Bromsky, even though he was the head for the forestry industry. So the line, but if you remember, Abu Kamara was an assistant minister at the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. He was denied to run in District 15. That's how the late Ada Lauren was qualified to run, and Abu Kamara did not run in that election because he was serving as a presidential appointee under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. That's how the system works. So whether you're appointee, you are in any position, when it comes to elected position, you cannot do that except you resigned. In fact, those who are tenure or appointed, the law says you resign 2 years prior to election to contest in an ensuing election. That's what the law says. If you don't do that, you are disqualified for contesting. The reason Harrison Conway was, got he got a getaway is because his position was not an elected position; it was an appointed position by the standard bearer of a political party who was Chad Brunskin, who handpicked him to be a vast running mate. In fact, he even went to court. He was taken to court. And the Supreme Court said, as a vast running mate, you don't have all that ambition. You don't have all that ambition to say, oh, I want to be a vice running mate. Because vice running mate is the prerequisite of the political leader.
Legal leader, yeah.
Yeah, not somebody can say I want to be vice president. No, nobody can say I want to be vice president. It's somebody got to pick you to be vice president. But if you want to be representative, it's something that you have to desire. So you can't say, oh, the poor petition me. No, you must desire it. Even if you say poor petition you, it still does not count. You want to be senator, it still does not count. You want to be president, it still does not count because it's an elected office. So the law says you must resign 2 years prior to you running for the offices. But the law also says not even if you want to be, but if you want to canvass, to campaign, in other words, to campaign, you must be able to say, okay, I take a paid leave to go and campaign and canvass. And in the case of what I sent to the
Whoa, you took a paid leave?
Yeah.
What's the point of you resigning it if you'll be getting paid for it?
No, paid leave paid leave is that okay, I think the terminology is wrong. It means that you must suspend.
Oh, that means it's a non-paid or something, right?
Yeah, non-paid leave. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Not paid leave, non-paid leave.
Okay. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. But like I like what the person said, right? About the whole corruption thing. I was just playing a video and she says something. Let me play this tip up here so you can hear it. I think somebody asked her about it, saying something here. Hold on.
Hire the financial consultant who came and has been working with our financial department, all of the relevant departments that are needed to put the right system in place. And we have been presenting our reports. We have all of the policy documents developed. That has been a problem before that we couldn't have on the table. We have the IT consultant has been working for transparency and accountability. We have the biometric system. Now you have employees signing in to the biometric system, so nobody going to stay home for days and not report to work, and they don't know if they're earning fairly for what they do. So we're doing that. We have Wi-Fi, we have internet to be able to support some of the work that we do through technology. So that is good. Also, the legislature, for a very long time, the GSC complained about having funding to do audits. And this legislature, under our leadership and under this government, has approved funding for GSC to do several audits. That's why you see all these audit reports coming out. So if you don't want to fight corruption, you're not going to support GSC the way it's being supported. I think the president himself allowed an audit in the executive. So all of those things are support to what we want to see in the fight of corruption. And when these issues come before us, like what you spoke about from Senator Boto Kane, we will use our oversight responsibility to make sure that the right thing is done. If anybody is being accused of corruption, and I think the action being taken, they should not be in those counties operating, because then it's not the right thing to do. They're not credible enough to take the lead in those kind of positions. So it's before the Senate. We will make our decisions and make recommendations to the president, because we can only recommend to the executive. And then with all of your advocacies and what you do with the media, we've pushed the president to act.
0 to 10, what's the rating of this government when it comes to the fight against corruption?
So there you have it. Eric, a lot of people always saying this government is not, or the Senate or whatever, they are not serious about fighting corruption. And she just laid it out like things they have put in place, and you cannot have those things in place. Those, if you're not serious about fighting corruption, right? So, I know you have another stand to it, but let's hear you.
Where you may have another standard? How you know I have another
Because
standard?
I mean, from the camera, but let's go ahead. Let me not be judgmental. Maybe go,
So
go ahead.
let me say to you, Amy, the government will have to be um the government will have to be serious with us. For example, the president is being accused of building a palace in Foyalova County.
Mhm.
They had the minister designated for the Ministry of State. He said he could not confirm what kind of project is ongoing there. The deputy minister of the Ministry of Information said initially he
Mhm.
claimed that it was from the Mano River. After a few days, he said he misspoke. It's not from the Mano River. And then the minister of the designate also cannot confirm. It shows us the president will have to be serious about the fight against corruption. The fact that in your hometown there is a purported $10 million, let's say less than 10 million, whatever the figure is.
Because
But
everybody keep throwing figures out there,
yeah,
but yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I agree with you. But we have seen pictorial evidence saying construction ongoing,
Mhm.
saying Liberia National Police in armed protecting that place. Why can't the government of Liberia, you know, come up with a unified statement to say this is what is ongoing? Why are they hiding? It's an executive project. If it were a lawmaker, we would have known by now. You know, that Tomo Fada is the representative in FOIA. So we would have known by now it's a Tomo Fada project. You know, so why are they hiding? That shows that they're not transparent. You blame George Weah of building 40 how many condominium, but you building a palace in your own hometown. And you cannot come out to tell us, say, this
Palace.
palace is yours. Huh?
Have you seen this? Have you seen this construction?
It's a palace.
It's not a palace.
It's what?
It looks like a community center. That is nothing compared to what George Weah got built over there with
Okay.
those mansions. And it's the like, you know what? Let me
No,
not
I
be the
agree.
one to say I would get the pictures and we'll
No,
put it
I
up.
agree. No,
You
I
guys
agree
are
with
making
you.
it seem look like it's some kind of a one single house, something that
No,
is somebody mansion.
no,
No,
Amy, I agree with you.
it looks like a community something center.
Yeah, Amy,
It's like something.
Amy, I agree with you. I
No,
agree with you.
I'll
I'm
bring
not
it. You
objecting.
don't have to because I'll bring it. I'll try because I've seen a picture of it, and I'll bring it on here and play it for the
No,
viewers to see it
no,
too.
no, I agree
There's
with
a
you.
lot of something that going around. You know, it's good, right, Eric? To
Amy,
ask where the fund is
I
coming from
agree
in
with
this
you.
project, right?
Amy, I agree with
Listen to
you.
me. Listen. It's good to ask where this fund is coming from, or what is it? Yeah, it's good to ask all of that. But to turn it around to make it something that is not because you want to get not just you. When I say you, I mean everybody who are doing it because you want to get a sympathy or they brainwash the public, the minds of the public, people who have not seen it, who don't know it. That's the place that someone else comes in here and be like, yeah, now you offer something else. You're not offer transparency and accountability. That's something else you're striving for. So that's why. Well, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to know how and when and where. No, nothing wrong with that. But go ahead.
So I agree with you. Let's say it's a community hut or a community kitchen. But it's not being done by the community. Is it? If it is, then there's no issue. Because when the president of Liberia is being associated with a project ongoing, the question that should come to mind is, what's the source of the funding?
Mm-hmm. That's legit. Yeah.
Exactly. So if we cannot have the source of the funding for these kind of projects, then it raises more question. Why are they hiding it?
Mars, can you straighten? Can you do your camera like this instead of it's standing up like that?
Is
Your
he
phone?
okay?
No, the
No,
lip
I
to make
think
it flat.
I think he has to go to his setting to make it in a
It can't.
horizontal form.
It can't rotate.
Yeah, very good. Rotate it.
Yeah. Go ahead. I think he's trying to fix it.
Yeah. So the concern here is, for me, I don't care if it's even $100 kitchen, but if
Mhm.
it's coming from taxpayer money, we should know. If it
Yeah,
is coming
I
from
agree.
if it is coming from the president's salary, we should also know. So that tomorrow, because the thing about it is that when President Boaga is no longer president, we
Mhm.
need to know whether it was government funding or it was his salary. So that we don't have auditor going there to be embarrassing our former president. It's key. So the fact that there's still a shady deal with it, that even the minister designate for the Ministry of State cannot tell us what kind of project is ongoing that I mean is ongoing there. It shows a shady
Including
deal.
the way, huh?
Hmm?
Mm. Let Morris came out to him. But yeah, thank you, Eric. I don't something like people have the right, citizens have the right to ask their government about projects they're undertaking and fundings and all of that. No, it just like I said, it just the propaganda that is behind it. That's the problem I have. Oh, you're building a $10 million. You say you don't know anything about this, something, but you know the fund. You know the projects. What amount already? $10 million. Just one. That it just doesn't add up.
But
Then right there, I look at you
the
like
government
you
should
are
tell
not.
us.
You are.
I
I'm
mean,
not saying the government shouldn't tell you. That's not
yeah,
what I'm
that's what we
saying.
think. So
But
once
if
the
you
government
asking for
tell us,
the government
then
to tell you,
it
I'm
erodes
telling
that
you, Eric,
perception that we have.
if you asking for the government to tell you, don't come up with your own figure and be throwing it out there. $10 million that his personal his mansion. There's no is nothing. Nothing is nothing compared to a mansion. Nothing, absolutely nothing. It looks like a community center. Then that's what it looks like. It looks nothing like, even though for the 200 million in it sitting on our not even anything like that. So that's why I'm like, where's the mansion? When I looked at that stuff, I'm like, okay, now they're not serious. They're not doing it because they want to get some kind of answer. They're doing it because they want. Or they said this about Wea, so we'll say this about Waga too. A lot of them says that, and that's what's going on. And something from me, you're not genuine, and it makes it weak. That's how it
But
is.
Why
But
can't they
thank you.
tell
Let
who is
me
building their kitchen?
I'm not saying nobody should tell you. You're not understanding what I'm saying. That's not
No,
what I'm saying.
no, I understand
It
you, but what
should
I'm
tell
saying is,
you.
no, people like you, for people like me, if I press the government to say tell them what it is, they won't take me serious. But people like you who are supporting the government, wants well for our country, they will listen to you. Can you make that cry to them to
Yeah,
say tell them?
we
No,
have
but
make it clear.
say it right now. Let me hear you.
Oh, who phone ringing?
That Morris phone. That Morris. Morris, just mute your They will not
Yeah.
hear the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not telling you say you shouldn't ask, or I've said it too that they should come out and
And tell us.
shut
Yeah.
the critics up and just explain
Exactly.
about this project
Yeah.
that is going on.
Why is it hard for them to do?
I believe they
Don't
will.
don't no don't you sense anything feature going on there?
No, I don't think
So
if President Walker
so
behind this project, I don't think anything features that
so
going
who
on.
behind the project?
We'll come back to you, Eric.
Okay.
Morris. I told Morris, around you is dark. You like they're in the middle, and around you was all dark. That's why I told you to. But I don't know if you ain't want to something else, but it's okay if you
Why?
can.
Why you not see me or what?
The phone looks kind of funny. It just stretched out up a little with a dark screen all around it. But go ahead. That's why I'm telling you to make it horizontal instead of vertical.
Yeah. But anyway, it's good to be here. I mean, I came late, but it's better late than never. I don't know where you guys start from, but just to talk about the 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 LOFA project. This whole project thing is that I think that the opposition know more about this project. They need to come and tell us. They really need they know because they're trying to figure out there. They say at one point in time for this, for the president, for this. So since they know more about it, they need to come tell us because we know that if it is for the government, they will let us know. And probably if it is for the government, the appropriate time, they will let us know. They will let the public know. I mean, it's the same thing they were running with the yellow machine stuff. And at the end of the day, when the government deemed it necessary to come to the public and inform the public through the legislature, they did that. So anybody can throw anything out there, because it will be like back and forth. Oh, enough for this, enough for that. So when the day the government speak, that will be the official statement of whoever behind that whole project team. But I just want to say this: our hearing the brother was talking about assets recovery is a waste of time, a waste of resources. I don't know whether when President we have found the asset recovery team, but then it was a waste of time or waste of resources. Or is it because now this government fund asset recovery team is a waste of time, a waste of resources? I don't get it. And to even make the argument that in the fight against corruption, asset recovery is a waste, I don't know where that argument coming from. Yeah, I really don't know where that argument coming from. But probably Amy didn't know that during the president we had time to form the asset recovery. Maybe he could have told you on that point that hey, during the president we had time, there was asset recovery team. Was it a waste by then, or was it necessary by then or not?
Well, I think what he's saying is that I don't know what happened during President Wiatan. If were they working? Did it work? He's saying that the assets recovered now they are doing nothing and it's a waste of money. So, and I'm telling him that no, they're not. It's not a. They're not. It's not like they're not doing nothing. They just came out like a couple of months ago. I think you overheard me too, right? And I was telling him that. So, I don't know if he's talking about the fact that I don't know if they were working during President Wia's time because I don't know anything about that, so I don't want to speak to that. But
you want me to address that?
That Morris finish and you're coming.
No, I don't know whether it's a back and forth, it's a debate, but I'm done. You can go ahead.
All right. So
Yeah.
let me say to Brother Morris that the assets recovery team under President George Weah did not yield its intended purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's an established fact. We had there's a guy called Councilor Arthur Johnson. He was the head at the time.
I do again?
No, I'm saying he was the head.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. For the assets recovery under President Weah time. How much was retrieved that you are aware of? So you cannot use President Weah model as a model for a rescue government. It didn't work. It didn't work.
But Eric, why is it that every time someone says something about a president, you think somebody's using it for, according to your for your word, you say model for rescue government? Why do y'all always think that somebody's trying to do that?
No, the reason I'm saying it because he referenced what President Weah did. President Weah had the same assets recovery team. That was his point of reference. That's what I'm saying. If that is a point of reference, it never worked under George Weah. What was retrieved? So you cannot use that as a yardstick to justify your current assets recovery.
Okay.
For me, let me say something. People, you come in. Let me say something. I don't have problem with the assets recovery. What I have problem with is this assets recovery has been in existence for more than a year. What have they recovered? Zero.
Okay.
Zero. But what are we doing? We are paying the staff. We bought car for them. We fill in the car. We pay for office space for them. We're doing all of those things for them. What is the end result? You cannot be spending money on an entity that you expect to generate money, and the entity is not generating money, but you're still spending money on them. At the time when President Weah had the assets recovery, the LCC never had that prosecutorial power to prosecute. You only had the power to indict and recommend to the Ministry of Justice. Right now, the LCC has the prosecutorial power. So why not invest in the LCC? Because the assets recovery did not generate money for President Weah government. Who were those that were indicted, that paid or that restituted money? That money, was more than what the government of Liberia spent on the assets recovery when President Weah was in power. According to Arthur Johnson, Councillor Arthur Johnson, they raised some money from quote unquote corrupt official. But even with what they raised, less than $1 million. We spent more than $1 million on our assets recovery. Councillor Johnson was all around the country. He was in Europe, he was in America on the very assets recovery payroll, doing all those things. So we spend more money on the assets recovery than the assets recovery recover. So President Barker cannot come and repeat the same George Weah model that did not work for the very George Weah and use it as a justification to say because areas of sedition and they have assets recovery, so my assets recovery. It does not make sense.
Well, that's not what is being done here.
Let me come.
What is being done here?
Let me come in.
How much have you recovered?
Well, Eric, hold on.
Yeah. The first thing is that if we would have said this on the initial stage, probably that would have helped this conversation. When you came up with a point with the argument that asset recovery is not important, it's a waste of time, you did not even reference that asset recovery was formed under the President Weah. If it was not important, but then to begin with, it was not even supposed to be formed. The first thing here is that there's the reason why that asset recovery team did not even go anywhere, because the money they even called for, it was almost like even the very government official sedition was able to win. How can you want to recover assets that you call for millions of dollars? It was Arthur Johnson and I think Serena Seaforth and other people on that committee, on that asset recovery team. So the whole thing it didn't even go nowhere. The whole thing didn't even go nowhere. So President Barker is not using George Weah model for anything. The difference here is that this asset recovery team, they're working, and they even started working. When they started working, it was the same George Weah that had press conference. How is which one? Finabondo ran to the Supreme Court. The same Supreme Court put hot to the same asset recovery team for 9 months. You can laugh all you want. For 9 months, they put a stop to them. Don't do anything. When after the 9 months, they started working and they're working. So that is the difference. 9 months, Supreme Court said, don't work, don't do anything. So Barker is not using George Weah. I'm not even sure whether he had more, but if he had, Barker is not using any of them.
Amy, can I come in? Amy, you muted. Can I come in?
I said we have to move to the next conversation.
But we'll definitely have to move on, because this thing is not back and forth that you have to come in, I come in, you have to come in, I come in. It's not debate, brother. No, but it's not a debate. You've been on the conversation for almost an hour.
No, I've not been here for almost an hour.
I said be on the conversation for almost an hour.
No, Amy, can I come in?
You come in, then I have to come in again. So that was say, okay,
no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they come in. Amy, can I come in?
Well, you can do that with your nothing never is the other person.
So yeah, allow Murray to sway you from the topic. It's a very
Oh, you've
serious
been
topic
having
we're having.
Eric.
Is that
Eric,
for
you've been having a conversation. I can lead you so you can continue. You've been having a conversation.
It doesn't
Well,
matter whether
even
you leave or
yeah,
not.
but
It
the,
doesn't
we
answer
matter.
but
now?
but the
Both
lady
of
said, "Let's
y'all.
move on." Then you're talking about no.
No,
Let's
but
move
you don't
on.
determine. No, Maurice, it's not for you to tell me whether I should come here or not. I asking if
Y'all listen to the reading. So October 2020, October 22nd. No, this was the 21st of October. President Boakai, Joseph Yuma Boakai, to launch the legal power of attorney, LPA, after decades tomorrow. We showed yesterday, I guess. By LPA, the government is going to serve as collateral for any items you will take on credit. Who's you? The civil servants will take on credit building materials, cement, and electrical appliances, etc. Yeah, okay. So let's, because this sounds like a commentary. It's not the race of so that's why. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Eric heard about this. He doesn't want to talk about it. So let's talk about it. Morris
no. Let me issue a disclaimer. Don't say I don't want to talk about it. I heard about it, but you bringing it up, I can talk about it. So don't say I
Yeah, well,
don't want to talk about it.
you didn't post that one in the chat room, so that's
No, I'm
why.
not in the chat room. Do you know I was removed from the chat room? Are you aware of that?
Well, were you misbehaving?
No. Are you aware that I've been
No,
removed
I'm
from the
not.
chat room?
So let's
No, but I've
stimulate
been
the
removed. I've
conversation.
been removed from the chat room since 2 days ago. So you should know.
I think you're out of control
No,
because that's
now you see, you ain't
yeah.
talking me now.
Yeah, so the president launched this program that people are saying it's something that haven't happened since our war. So, and this is something for the poor people, like we always talk. And I think Eric should be happy about it. We'll be happy about this. We always talk about the civil servants. We always talk about innocent people. We always talk about government officials who are not making something much. And have to sit and wait for a whole month and all of that when they have to do other stuff about and they got a lot of expensive and they have the buildings and stuff to go ahead to do with this. Eric, what do you think about it?
So let
It
me
is,
say to you, let me say to you that
mhm.
what the Joe Walker government is doing is laudable, but the lies that is attached to that is what we all need to disassociate ourselves from.
Lies.
Yeah, it's a lie to say that since
What
the
kind?
war, it has not been in place. It's a bold-faced lie.
Okay.
They seen LPA
Mhm.
started in 2021 under George Weah government. The only thing Unity Party has done was to replace the the photo or whatever pictorial that was on the flyer and put Joe Boyka picture on it. That's all. But the process started on George Weah 2021. In 2022, there were beneficiaries under George Weah in 2022 that benefited. I'm coming to send the link to you right now. I'm not saying I'm going to do it later. I'm sending it to you right now. And
Mhm.
the information is still on the website of the very CSA, Civil Service Agency.
Mhm.
They were beneficiaries. So it was not, nobody might come here and tell us, it was pre-war starter that they resurrected. No. George Weah government resurrected this. There were beneficiaries that benefited from this. Seeing LPA is not nothing strange. All they're doing is continuation of what George Weah did. So let's get that record straight. So it's not anything new that they're doing. So they have to be honest with themselves. And I'm sending the information to you. You can
Mhm.
read it and you can put it out. It is left with you to intellectualize it or to pacify it. But what I'm
Mhm.
saying to you, I commend this government for a continuation of what happened in the previous government. But to argue that these have never been and it was during the pre-war starter is a bold-faced lie. that we should not even entertain on the conversation if we are researcher here.
But Eric, how could this have been? Well, first of all, would this actually taking place under the WIA, according to you, the government? Was it really functioning?
It was functioning, and there are beneficiaries according to the very CSA, Civil Service Agency. It's on the website. They listed the number of people that benefited. They listed the amount that the government, the amount that was spent on this project in
So how
2022.
can this be a functioning when you have people crying for salary not being on time? How could it? Amani, can you twist the camera, please? With it, there's straight nothing you're making it, please. Can you rotate your camera? Yeah, you, Amani. If you can do that.
It's okay.
I appreciate it. So rotate the camera.
All of this.
Yeah. I don't think you have the setting on there. But when you do it, now
Lay your
rotating.
phone down. Lay your phone down. Let it.
No, he has to go to the setting of the phone to make it auto rotate. Go to your phone and make it auto rotate.
Okay, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. The same applies with Brother Morris. Go to your setting and make it auto rotate.
So go ahead and then on it. How
Yeah.
could
So
it have been?
the fact that people's salary delayed does not mean there was not LPA. So you have to
So
get it right. I was in the judge. No, I was in it. No, 1 minute.
It's supposed to be something that is a collateral and it's supposed to be something that coming from your salary. If your salary is delayed for 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, how can this
Nobody's
be
salary was delayed on a job role for 3 months, 4 months. No one.
It
I
was
work in
more
judge
than
role
that,
government.
Eric.
No, that's not true. I work in job role government for 5 years. No one salary was delayed for 3 months, 4 months. That's not true. Anyone tells you it means that they owe you, they don't want to pay. There were salary delay, I agree, but it never went beyond 2 months. And even within the 2 months you were paid, it never went beyond. What happened was it ran into the next month. That's all. That's what happened. But you were paid. No one salary
I'm not even gonna
went
argue.
beyond 2 months.
Okay. Thank you, Eric. Come here, Morris.
And I'm missing the information to you right now.
For me, right, I really don't care what time things happen I really don't care because there will always be government, and that's why we were telling Mr. President, don't fall for that thing they're telling you you're the best president. Don't fall for it. When they bring it to you, tell them say no, we're here to do the work. But he fought for it, and they even printed a t-shirt, they give it to him, and he wore the t-shirt as the best president. Because for you to call yourself best president, all the government ministries were built under different presidents, not you. All the government agencies, all the rules, everything was built on a different president, not you. How can you become the best president? But he fought for it. So this argument, happy under this president, look, the thing started way back, way before even George Weah. The thing started way even before George Weah. Way before in this, if I'm not mistaken, I'd say when the turbo days, the thing started. It's just the modification of it. But it's a good thing that people working, they be able to get stuff through their salary everywhere, even this country. You take some, even the common level phone, you take it, you pay small. It's a very good thing, but just like I said, it's just a modification where you have to go, you have to enroll, and it's not forced. You have to enroll into the system, not that because the program that all the employee know. If you're interested, you enroll into the program. Whatever you go take is 6 months. You should be able to pay. And there are a lot of programs.
Morris, you don't care, but did you know about it on Judge Weah?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. I'm not going to say it didn't happen on that job. What I'm saying is that I'm not interested under whose regime. But what I can say for a fact, it happened that's something I way back from even from top of this. That's something I can say for a fact. But it just a remodify. Whether it happened under George Weah, whether they brought it to spotlight, I don't know. I can't speak to that. I'm not going to say it didn't happen, it happened. But what I'm saying is just a modification. This time around, people got to enroll. Is in the system, 6 months, and even if you get fired or probably something happen, the government can still able to pay the vendor, whatever entity you take that stuff from. So it's just a remodification of it. So it's a good idea. Nobody get money to go pay for something cash. So when they take it for your salary, small, it's good. So we commend the government for that. Not to say much about that, on that.
Thank you. Amani, you couldn't do it. You still stand straight up. You and Maurice just sitting out on each other looking like this. But go ahead.
Yeah, let me see where I can log and come back in, man. Log out and come back in.
You're muted, Amani.
I want to auto rotate my phone.
Yeah, let me log out and see if I can come back in. If you see me now, then brother Emmanuel will take care.
Hey, couldn't
Man,
go.
don't run away, man. I enjoy what you said, John. I really want to
There
repeat
you
it.
go.
You said looking
know.
cool at that.
Yeah, I know, man.
There you go.
I'll come back.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem,
but go
brother.
ahead, Amani. Let's hear you on this.
Oh, I listened to you guys discussing about the Lo-Fi Road project, right?
Since I mean, can I many move for honor the light the way light flashing string if right way in it, some kind of way.
He looks
Is it
like he
okay?
at work.
Very
Yeah,
good.
working.
So light is everywhere.
But,
But
yeah,
you
but
look
it's at
good.
least okay that this small. Yeah, okay that. That place is good.
The Lo-Fi
No,
Road
we were
project.
talking about it. What LPA? I think as you were talking about it yesterday, so we didn't talk about it. The initiative of the government, being a collateral for civil servants to, credit or whatever building materials and for it to be taken out of their checks every time.
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. Um, I'm
Well,
the
yeah, you may not
strategist.
go
I'm the
ahead if you
strategist
have
on
to.
this platform, right?
Mhm.
For civil servant to engage in stuff like that is commendable, and the government, that's another way of the government providing job for our people, and they have similar initiatives in other countries where people take money and the government empower people to work, they pay back, and if the government receive her money and anything like left for like let's say the profit or something, they give it to the people they empower themselves. So I don't think why the opposition and people from the opposition bill should criticize that. That's a great step towards providing job and helping our people. Yeah, done.
You're muted, sister. You're muted.
Eric was sorry I was talking to my son. Eric wasn't criticizing it. He said he doesn't agree when they said that this thing haven't happened since the war. He said George Weah did it too. So that's why
Yeah,
he was.
I don't recall.
Nobody here
Recall.
recall. Even Eric
I don't
recalls.
recall. Yeah, that just we
Yeah.
had it.
You
But
got
let
no say no
you can send
yeah, I didn't get no joke,
the
yeah.
link or something in
Yeah.
your personal boss or in the chat room for to like to see it. Just say you can come up with some evidence and evidence based and provide some facts towards that. You can just say
Exactly. Thank you. Go ahead, Manuel. Let's hear you.
Yeah, sorry. How you doing, man? Welcome, brother. Is it two?
Come on.
yeah,
Brother two, how you
two.
doing?
Good. Two.
Yeah, sis Amy, thank you. Yeah, so the LPA is a good thing. But it's not the first time since the war. It happened under George Weah. The only thing that I want us to look at is the rate. What is the return rate? If I took $5 wheelbarrow from you, How much am I going to pay back for the credit? I think that should be the concern. That's one. The second thing is what Brother Morris said, if that is true, that if a government employee or a vendor and lost his job, the government will step in, to get it, to help the vendor get that money. If that's actually the truth, then I think that's the best thing. That's a good thing about it. That's one. The second part is to look at the rate. The man is working for $150. He went ahead and took a $1,000 stuff. And if he's paying 150% of that $1,000 back, it'll be a burden on him. At the end of the day, people end up running away from it. They want to do it. So in this case, I want us to look at the rate. What is the return rate? If you have that document, look at it and see what is the return rate. One good thing that I just heard is that the government will help to pay if you default, So I think that's a good thing.
This is not compulsory for everybody to do it.
I agree.
It's something that you have to sign up for. So if you feel like something is too heavy for you, I don't think we shouldn't read too much into it like that, because it's not if you know it's a burden, you're not doing it. It's not like they're putting it on everybody and say you have to do it. Then it will be a problem for me. If you say you have to do it.
Let's say, for instance, right? 3 of us on the show, let's say 3 all live in the same community. I see Brother 2 riding a Safari. I see you riding Bugatti, how they call it, the car name. And myself too, I feel like I want to be one of you. So sometimes peer pressure can push people to get into a thing they are not informed to. So you will create a net, create a barrier, or maybe education to help them understand. So people can do things because they see people doing it. So because the man working for 150 and all your friends around him using it to put zinc over their houses, using it to buy bricks for their houses, or maybe using it to buy a car, the person want to use it too. So at the end of the day, they put burden on themselves. That's why I say they don't understand what is the return rate. It's not bad. Many of us do things that we don't understand. On a serious note, that's a reality. Whether you believe in that, many of us do things that we don't understand. We just do it because people do it. Like, for instance, someone will just see you on the show, they come on the show. What we're talking about, what we're talking about. Soon they can't talking about how joke you are, they joke you are. The entire story we're talking, they thing the back on it because people on the show. So people get into things and then they don't understand. So for me, I want to understand what is the return rate. Like what Brother Morris said, that's a very good thing. If that is a part of it, it's very good where if you default, the government will come in, to help. I think it makes sense. Because sometimes there are many things that can happen. Maybe you can get disabled, or maybe, God forbid, you can die, or you can fall sick, or maybe you do something and they post psych you. So there are many things that can happen that can lead to default. So if the government say, oh, no matter what happens, if you sign up for this thing and you fall off or you drop along the way, will come in, then that's a good thing. But then what is the rate? So if you take $5 thing, are you going to pay $5 50 cents, or are you going to pay $5 10 cents, or are you going to pay another $5 only to make it $10? What is the return of that LPA that is taking?
Emmanuel, so you want to know it, or you think that it's just going to happen without them telling them what they are in against?
No, I just told you I like it. I support it.
No, I'm talking about the people, they're still selling themselves now. You think is it you who asking for this, or you are concerned that these people don't know about it? They don't know. They will not know what they signing up for, and they will go ahead and sign up for it.
Not many people know about it.
Or you are saying you want to know?
The reason I say I want to know, my brother didn't joke with that he signed up for it without him knowing. He didn't know the rate. You were deep inside for you got to know the rating, so you go ahead free and left from there. Some people do the same thing today. Some people, what we're going to say here today might help someone to understand what they're going into. Some people go into things without knowing it. So if I'm not saying you are forced to tell me, but I'm just saying at least let me try to make or understand what is the rate. Maybe if you know
can I address my brother concern?
No, she was saying something. What you say me before you come in? What you're saying?
No, I was saying I'm pretty sure they're gonna let them know, but
yeah, okay. I'm not part of it, so I'm not really concerned. But just for education, I'm doing it for.
You can't just miss somebody. It's like by picking a bag, right? You
Yeah,
have to let them know what you're going against
but
and everything. So if they never did that on a WIA and they just went roll it out to them, then I
yeah,
don't know what to say about
Amy,
that.
can I can I come in to address my brother concern?
Yeah, but where let he land?
I'm good. I just want to understand. Like I said, I commend it. It's good. In America, we live on loan. We live on mortgage. We live on car note.
God,
So
no, yeah.
yeah, we are not free of credit. So I can tell somebody don't take credit, but I don't understand the credit you're going to. It's good. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's very good. For me, at first, when the government introduced it, I don't like it. I say it's a form of credit. But guess what? I'm a living on credit. Why should I tell somebody when I live on credit? You
Yeah.
know? So, but I was saying the government should empower to first introduce jobs. I think when people get a job, then they can. Because right now, even if you bring out LPA, how many people in Labro get on it? How many
The
people are being
people who
employed
are
by the
working in
government?
the government, the people who are working 7/7, the people who are they are
Yeah,
the ones so not for
that
everybody. People who are not working.
I agree, but I was saying it will not affect many people. But like I said, you can't push against everything because you have to start from somewhere. I
Yeah.
really like it. I appreciate it, but I'm just concerned about the rate. So I'm done. I think I should be good for now. I'll come back in later.
So Amy, just in split seconds before brother two come in, what I want to say is that uh, I'm happy that brother Zaza confirmed that this is not a new thing to the Unity Party government. According to him, his brother benefited from the very thing under the George Weah government.
I don't know why he said benefited, but go ahead.
No, he said it. No, he said it. He said it. He said his brother went through it, and brother did not understand the rate. He right here.
That's the benefit that he said, brother went
I
through
Yeah,
said he
what?
he
signed up
went
for
through
it.
it. The rate
He
was too
signed up
much,
for
so
it,
he
but he
left
left
it.
because of the rate. He signed up for it, but he left because of the rate.
Okay,
It was
so
too
so
high.
that means that supports the argument that under
Yeah,
George Weah it was
yeah.
there.
Sister, yeah. Sister,
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
brought up, but was it
yeah.
good? We
No,
gotta
no, no. No. We must whether it was good or bad, that one that's every debate.
because you want to help the people, Eric. You can't come tell the people say
No,
you can't come tell them say your interest is 150%. Then what's
Amy. When you say you can't eat dog meat, don't
nothing to
no,
skim.
no, no,
And
Amy. Let me tell you something to you,
nothing to skim the people to steal from them. So
Amy.
you never
When
know.
no,
So we
Amy,
have to find a document for both government and compare it.
no,
Which one
Amy,
already in for the
Amy,
people here.
Amy. When you say you can't eat dog meat, now what use your teeth to share the dog meat? Now what you doing here? You're using your teeth to share the dog meat, but you say you can't eat dog meat.
I'm not
So
using that.
no, now why you doing here to us?
I'm not
So
understanding that
no, let
crime.
me tell you
I'm
something.
just
Let me tell you
listening.
something. Let me say something. Amy,
Mhm.
all the time I work in government, I was civil servant. I was never appointed by any president. Let me say something. According to the Central Bank of Liberia, no civil servant should take a loan that will exceed more than 33% of their pay. It's a standing rule. Whether LPA, whether any kind of loan that the government will sign auto, it must be less than 33%, which include the very LPA. What I'm saying to you is that the very LPA was under that Central Bank of Liberia loan. And the way the structure is that if your entity dismiss you for a cause that is against the civil service standing order, whatever loan that you took, whether LPA or salary advance, because we used to take a loan called salary advance, you as an individual, you are under the obligation to pay back. If you resigned, you are under the obligation to pay back. But if you were dismissed illegally, the institution is under the obligation to pay back.
What if
But
it was illegal?
yeah, but it must be established in the law. So
Yeah, of
that means
course.
that means you must go to court and confirm that indeed your dismissal was illegal, and then you can send out paper, because every loan that you take, whether LPA, whether salary advance, there must be some power of attorney, or there must be some insurance on whatever credit that you took. So everything is under 33% of your salary. And I'm speaking from a civil servant background. And no other person can contradict what I say. It's below 33%. So what I'm saying to you is that the very LPA was under that same central bank 33%. So if I went to a store and took building material, it's under that 33%. If the entity that I work with, for some reason, political reason, they just, dismiss me, and I took an appeal to the civil service agency, and they say, okay, your dismissal was not in keeping with the law. It is the institution responsibility to pay back. That's how the system works in Liberia. At the time I left it in 2023, as of February. So, in short, the LPA that the very United Party now I'm bringing into, create a notion that they are the one who, since the pre-war, it was now in existence, a fall short of empirical evidence. It does not make sense. All they should have done was, okay, we are continuing from where we met this thing. And that's the hypocrisy of the very CSA. Josiah Joker, he went there with that party exuberance. He's not taking his time to read, which is very dangerous. When people begin to unpack these, kind of empirical evidence to prove that no, there was the very LPA before you became few years ago. I sent a link to you, and I just hope you take your time to read it. I sent a link to you. Confirm that you receive it. Yeah. And yeah, I sent it to you. That these things were in existence even before the United Party got into power for the third term, or whatever term under the Joe Parker government. So it's not anything new. So my brother, as I said, he does not understand the rate. The rate is below 33%. That I can say.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to chip in.
So, Emmanuel, you got anything else to say to that before we try to
Yeah, thank
wrap
you.
up for the night?
Yeah, thank you. Is it Labrador P after Labrador Power of Anthony? That's how I call it.
Power attorney. It's a Labrador paper.
How you got it, Eric, Mr. Paris? How you got it?
Power attorney.
Okay. I don't want to be sure because when I was coming up in the 80s, they used to call it Labrador P after. So I know what because the people who were around, they were not educated, so they used to call it that way, or like, I forget the name, but you do call it like, because they say L Labrador P A after, So, but now you're going to say Power Anthony, so I want to understand what. Yeah. So that's one. The second thing is, since every time I say nothing changed, it sounds so negative. But let me say this: every time I say nothing changed, the first time I introduce it, I just want to hear how people are going to respond to this. But on a serious note, my point was out of a positive means. We've been having rules before the war. And those rules, I've seen rules we still have today. We only maintaining the rule they were maintained by Todman, by Tober, by Doe, by Taylor. The only people who did not really maintain the rule is we are time. We have started maintaining the rule lately, but when it started, because of the turbulence.
But I mean, something has changed.
Look, listen, that's what I said. Yeah. When the change I'm talking about, one thing that I never happened in Liberia.
What? Now you're supposed to specify, but for you to say,
that's why I take my time to explain. Because every time I always say, I say, since I've been saying anything, you ask me to explain what I mean. You said no.
Yes,
you said you refuse to ask me what I mean when I said nothing has changed. You refuse to. Everybody on the show, nobody has ever asked me what I meant when I said nothing has changed. So I want to explain to myself today.
Emmanuel, they asked you, you said it the last time. You started comparing. George Weah was doing it. Joe Baga doing it. So nothing changed. This one like that. So what do you mean we didn't ask you? We did.
Okay, so the how you listening to me now? We've been having rules. Those die rules. We've been having no die rules. Government maintaining the rule is a good thing, but it's not a new thing.
the new thing that I want to see, like I always said, like one representative introduced a bill for student loan. We never had that in Liberia. That new thing, you know, like maybe Kanga Lawrence, what they sent some article, the program were talking about introducing an electronic check-in. What working guru, when people go to work, they will have to sign in electronically. That's something new. You understand what I mean? Like I said, something change. So if things that never happened never start to happen, then I say yes, things are changing. But when we start maintaining it to be happy before the LPA, you bring it back, it's now a new thing. You know, if Lavrov playing
It's
in
not a
something-
new thing, Mr. Emmanuel, right?
Yeah.
But if it haven't been back since the war, or
Mhm.
if another government was not doing it, and
Yeah.
another person come and brought it back, then you said nothing have changed. That is something that have changed because why people have got it. Do you know there are people that are born around that time they don't know what NPA means? I was little. I don't know what it really did, what it mean, but I heard it mean,
you know
right?
the first, you
So
know the
I
first,
really never seen it operate. I never saw it operate. I never saw it do anything. So
Okay.
for me, it will be a new thing to see if I go to
Right.
Liberia today.
right.
So
The
that
first
is
time,
something that has changed. So for you to, that's why we keep saying it, and you're making it sound like we telling you that heaven is coming on earth now. No, the fact that we're not saying it's all bread and butter or whatever, but the fact that it wasn't there before, or if it was there, it was not functioning, and it is now. That is changes.
I mean, it's not even functional right now. It was there before.
okay, hold
And it
on now.
was functioning. You
Yeah,
only
brother,
reintroducing
Perez,
it to make it
we're
function.
not
That's
talking
all.
about that.
brother Perez, y'all hold
We're
on,
not talking
y'all
about
hold on.
propaganda here. We're talking about what has changed. What
That's
has
not
changed.
propaganda. Somebody who are in the system are telling you the thing was there.
Okay, hold on now.
Whether you are in the system or not, we're seeing the changes right now. We're not talking
But
about
what's the change? Why have you done? You have given anybody a cent from the LPA?
Perez,
talking about.
y'all hold on, y'all hold on.
Yeah, you're not giving nobody. The brother is right.
Hold on. The first
Listen,
time,
That man talk. Go ahead, hear
the first time, the first
Uh-huh.
time I traveled to Morocco after the war was 1999. I left Zedru at 10 a.m. on a WFP truck from the Essence of God mission in Zedru. We slept in Kakata that same day. And in the reason we did not reach Monrovia, it was during that time, 1999, they couldn't allow car to enter Monrovia after 12. I mean, after 12. We got to Kakata after 11. The driver said by the time we enter relay will be after 12 and they will not allow us to enter. And I said that
Why?
I'm not going to take you to your places. I'm going to put everybody down in relay. So I can't go to relay tonight. So 1999, I left Swedru at 10 a.m. and entered Kakata at 11 p.m. The point that I'm saying, the road have been maintained over the past years. The only time it was not maintained well from the beginning was late on early and early on we are. 2016, I went to Liberia. The road was very bad. 2016, I was early time. The road was very bad. I couldn't travel. 2020, I went. I couldn't go to Grand again because the road was bad. But 2023, I left from Monrovia. I slept Tapeta because I left from Monrovia after 5. I slept Tapeta.
Yeah, because it was bad. Yeah, people are leaving. They were taking days to get there.
2023, July. That's in July that when I slept Takata because it was late. But I left from Swedru August 8. I stayed 1 week in Swedru. August 8, I left from Swedru 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. I was in Monrovia. 2023, August 8. I got pictures to that. I got video to that. 2023. The point that I'm saying, those roads were maintained over time. Not because we were not maintained at a certain point in time and you come back and start maintaining it. It's not what we call change. I agree that improvement, we're moving. But when we say change, immediately we're not there and new things come there. That's the point I'm putting through. Now, if we continue to celebrate things that have been happening in the past and happening now, then we don't even want to move ahead. That's my point of argument. And everything we say, you appear that we're attacking Boakai. That's how it sounded to most of you, and that's not the point. President Boakai
You think I care about if somebody attack Boakai or not? Do I look like somebody that eating Boakai money or whatever? What I'm saying is that when you say something in, I don't know why you let to think that anybody into their party or political leader or something. I'm not a UPS. I support JMB and I still support him, but JMB doing something bad, whatever is something, I don't care what I care about Liberia. If you don't know that about me today, get to know that. Okay. If something that I haven't seen before, whether it was there before, it was not something, and if I see it is the change to me, because why you bringing that back to life, that changes to me. It's not the same that I went. If I went in the street and I saw that when I went to Liberia 2023 and I told you my whole mental state of mind was messed up because of what I seen, and if I go back to there, it's different from what I see. I seen cleanliness, I seen things happen, I seen water running, I seen this one here. For me, that changes. Whether it was there in Eddington or Normandy or whatever, it wasn't functioning when I went there. So that's something new to me, right?
Okay.
So you can't, you can't just blanket and
Okay,
say,
so
nothing has changed. Nothing has just say what I want to see that I never seen before for me. Then you will make sense. Then people will listen to you.
since Amy,
That's what I'm saying. But
do you know what I consider as change? Do you know what I consider as change when I'm in Liberia?
what is it?
This is the Starlink that have been distributed to the various schools. That's a change. Because never have Starlink in Liberia. Or to have some for internet, which are the mobile system, but Starlink, that's a change. If you tell about Starlink, I say yeah, it's a change. But in maintaining Grand Guinea role, in my opinion, it's not change. I agree, you're doing it, but it's not. Like right now, if President Boga brings back the agriculture bank, if President Boga brings back the rural development, if President Boga brings back the LPMC, those things that existed during his day as a young man, he bring them back today. They are not changed. Why do you're not restoring them? Restoration is different from change.
Restoring is change. It was damaged. It was not operating. So you bringing them back, you restoring it. That's change from the people that were there who didn't see it, who it were not working for. So I really don't get your argument here. You telling me
restoration is not change, oh.
It is change because just because it was there before Emmanuel, and then at some time it stopped and nobody did it, right? I'm telling you, there are a lot of people there. I don't know what you're talking about agriculture bank.
Okay, let me do it the other way. Let me
Let me finish. I don't know about what you call it agriculture bank. I don't know about that. Even though I didn't live in Liberia and I didn't grow there my adult life, but I don't know about it there, right? So that's the people that grew up around that era, right? From the 2000 till now, they never seen it. They don't know about it. Then President Boga go ahead, like you said, restore it. You don't think that's a change? So people, you think, they will say, this is not change. It was there way back. You think that what I was saying? No, they will not say that. They will call it a change. Because why? Even though it was there before, but it has disappeared. So if you restore it, that is change. You change your stuff, you're bringing it back to life. You change it from the bad thing it was, you're bringing it back to the good thing it was. That's change. So what are you talking about? And that is change. I agree with you. New things that never happened before. It also still changes. I agree with that.
Okay, so you understood me when I said the first time I traveled on Grand Guinea after the war was 1999, and I was able to leave Zulu the same day and get to Monrovia the same day. The only reason I did not enter Monrovia that day, it was because of the law at that time that they couldn't allow cars to enter red light after midnight. For me, the fact that I was able to leave Zulu in 1999 and reach Monrovia, if I should go to Monrovia, if I should go to Labrona and leave Zulu the same day and get Monrovia, it still doesn't look like a change to me.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, those things happened before. So if they are happening again, now if we continue to say, okay, so let me do it all the way. Your house number is 43 Kennedy Plaza or Kennedy Street. After a few times, people went there and remodel the house. If somebody send you mail without saying 43, you go to that same house. You have not changed your address. Your address is the same. They may remodel your building, but your address is the same. In this case, the people who have not gone there before or who have been there the first time and they send you letter back to that same 43. They don't know that if you tell them, say, oh, my house changed, the question will be, what is your house number? See my house, no matter 24. So, but in that 24, you've been living 4 years. Oh, but you see the oil around you. Even if I don't know the house, your address has not changed.
Okay, so you
That is that sense I was speaking in.
So you
That is that sense I was.
remodel concept. Let me come to something. When you remodeling things, right? You bring
Mhm.
stuff down, stuff have been broken down and something people remodeling. Then somebody will come and tell you, so what? We can do that one, we can do that. We say, I don't see it. When it all started coming, you say, oh, it's all coming together now. I can see the changes. I can
Right.
see it. So it is still considered change because why? You're moving it from our old state to a newer state in a better state. For you, that's why I say that's what you perceive as change only. That's you. I'm not gonna change you from that. But if you talk to any other ordinary person apart from Eric and the rest of the We Action institution, they will tell you that I never seen stuff like that before, even though it was there before, but it was not something. They will tell you this changes. So while we on the conversation of change, let me play this video for you. Your senator.
She wants to show me change.
No, I'm not showing you change. I want for your own
Of
100 minutes to
the
tell you.
legislature, moreover, after the opening ceremony or the program, ongoing session, the pro tem can ask every senator to report on their committee or your county. So I was not here during the opening, and I want to take this time to appreciate all of my colleagues, even the pro tem that gave me the opportunity to reserve that space for me. Tuesday in session, there was no time. I was attending to a lot of things, so they asked me today, they're going to give me the 3 minutes. I had no 3 minutes, cannot afford me to explain, to expound what's going on in my county. So thank you for even following me to ask me to go into my deliberation I just did. To be frank with you, for me, I've been representing the people of Grand Union for the past almost 19 years. And now I just said on the Senate floor that for the past 35 years, since 1990, I was around 16, going to 17. But those days when we used to come from Grand Union to Monrovia, we believed very strongly and we saw it for ourselves. There was no way that cars were stuck on the road during those days. Since 1990 up to present to 2024 to this day, 2025. It's my first time. Last year, July, when I spoke, July 17, when I did tell the Liberian people that, look, as you speak, at least the road leading to Grand Union is pliable. People took it out of context. Other people started insulting me, but I had the constitution right. Where the right stop, there where my own begin. Where my own begin, there where the own stop. So I spoke the truth at the time. Some of them felt it was political. It's not about politics. I'm here to represent my people because of development. That's why those jobs, representatives and senator positions are created in the Constitution for all to come to this position to talk for our people, to advocate for our people, for development to go to our places. And that's why I'm here. But for the past 35 years, 35 years, this government, I never voted President Bouaka. So the truth will always be said. So if someone think it's because I voted the man I want to promote, no, I never voted President Bouaka. I get it right. You saw the result from Grand Union 2023. From 2006 or 2005 to 2023, you've been seeing our result against Unity Party. But we believe very strongly. Almost all infrastructure development in my county was done, is carried on by Unity Party. I will give you come an example. After my speech, after the interview, your second go to Grand Union and go find out if I'm lying. We never voted Unity Party 2005, 2011, 2010, 2011, when they let Eugene Falabaka and the former representative from Nima County, Ivan Kwa and I, decided to pass the community college bill, the first three community colleges in Liberia, Nima, Grand Union, and Lofa. 2010, 2011, we sponsored those three bills. Ivan Kwa stay alive. My dear friend and colleague, may so rest in peace, Eugene Falabaka, when we sponsored it on the floor, on the representative floor, immediately when the former president, Eli Johnson Sirleaf, signed the bill into law, immediately money was disbursed through Education Ministry for the community colleges to be built. Today, under Unity Party government, during former President Salif administration, that we never voted, she gave Grand Jidda Community College. Former President Salif, that we never voted, she gave Grand Jidda Mayweather School. Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, that Crown people never voted, she gave us electricity, the West African Power Pool for Ivory Coast. She was cut off Grand Jidda, but they believe in development. Understand? Every major infrastructure development that you see in Grand Jidda today, the project was undertaken by former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. During former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration, I can remember almost those major clinics in Grand Jidda County at the time had, I use the word had, ambulances. After President Sirleaf left, those things cut off in my county. When former President Sirleaf was in power, the community college was fully sponsored by Education Ministry. When she left, our community college went down the drain. Despite we passed the bill for free education, the money entitled to those community colleges in Liberia, to the University of Liberia, I don't know about other universities or other community colleges, but Grand Jidda Community College, our former president of the college at the time, you can go and find Geraju, Dr. Geraju. That young man suffered in our college. The highest, I stand to be corrected, that Grand Jidda Community College received when President Sirleaf left power, the highest, 30 to 35,000 in 6 years, from 2018 to 2023. Just 2 weeks ago, all vendors for the community college are supplying the community college, including the free education amount I need to be paid to our community college. When I drove to Fanda Ministry to go and advocate for my community college, that the money that is entitled to the community college should be given, this government paid closer to almost 200,000 United States dollars. So we shouldn't praise the people. I'm a politician. I came to this government for development to go back to my county. So whosoever that will help my people, you'll be praised. If President Baga is not doing the right thing, they're saying more, they're saying that I'll come and tell the Liberian people and tell the Grand Jiddans.
Senator, are you disappointed that the government
So,
supported in 2020?
we'll stop it there.
Not able
But now
to
into our
adequately
closing. So that was just to Sonny, your argument, Mr. Emmanuel. Your senator is open and always putting these things out. But go ahead, let's go around it. You can talk on it and do your closing.
Thank you so much. Mr. Penu said a lot of things that are true. He also said other things that are not true. 2005 was the first time I experienced what they call accident. We left from Zwedru on a Kia moto, 75 people on the Kia moto from 24th Street AG Church. And I'm saying people who listening to us, you can go to the 24th Street AG Church and go ask the question. 2005. At that time, our representative was Rufus Boyer. Rufus Boyer chartered that car to go and register in Grand Jidda. We left from Zwedru and slept in Grand Jidda. We did not reach the Zwedru that same day. We left from Morado, but we slept in Grand Jidda that same day. We left from Grand Jidda after the registration and slept in Morado that same day. 2005 during the election, as we were in Grand Jidda, we were in Labra that time. 2005 during the voter registration. 2005. 2008. During the census, I was an enumerator, assigned granted. I also traveled to Zweru and back. Same day.
But he said it. He said that under the UB government. So what are you arguing with him on that?
I'm not arguing. I'm dropping you somewhere. I said what he said when it comes to development in Grand Jide. They all happen on a unity party. That is true. I just told you. I said it's true. That thing he said are true.
Okay.
The roles that, like I just told you, maintaining the role is not something new. It's not a change. Though we are experiencing it before. That's why I'm cataloging the same role business. They were maintaining Honor Ellen, which is a unity party. That is true. The community college is Honor Ellen, which is true. The nursing college, the male welfare school, is also true. All these things he said is true. The thing that I have issue with, I think that he said I didn't even record. I'm so sorry. The issue he said all the clinics were having ambulance. It's not true.
Not true.
That is not true. And during
the clinics were having ambulance.
That's what he said. He said all the clinics were having ambulance in Grand Jide. That is not true. We have ambulance. That's but not all the clinics. And one thing I want to understand, things that we experience on Salif, we may not experience them on most of the governments. I really wish it happened now. But the reason I say we're not experiencing most of the may not experience them now is that during the President Salif time, most of the things were done by donors. They were not done by us. Like today, we're doing everything for ourselves, right? We're paying our own police, paying our army, we're paying our teachers, paying our nurses. It was not like that on the early administration. Our nurses were paid by donors. Our police were paid by donors. Our army were paid by donors. The roads maintenance were done by donors. So it's true that during early time, there was development because the money was coming. We have had a very tough time. Number one, he himself was not even prepared. So when he came and met this shock, he couldn't handle it. The time he took to get adjusted to it was late. He was not someone who was prepared for that kind of shock. The just felt was the same way. Yes. It just felt the same way early time was looking. It wasn't like that when they came over. Omeo had left. All the billions that were coming into the Omeo, they all left. All the donor all the donations are coming from the international community. Everything went down. So he struggled to settle. That is not an excuse. The major excuse here is that President Weah himself or the CDC were not prepared to lead the nation. So when they met it was difficult. And it's not because we didn't do it. And Bouakai do it. I shouldn't disperse. I'm not saying it's wrong for Weah to come in for Bouakai to do it. I'm not saying we shouldn't commend Bouakai. That is not my point. But what I'm saying, what I see yesterday, if I'm seeing it today, I don't consider it change. I'm going to commend President Bouakai for doing it, for restoring it, for introducing it, for people who have not seen it before to see it, but for us who are being around, it's not change for us.
Yeah, for some of us, some of those things
Yeah,
are
I
change.
agree.
So, so when you tell me that it's not change, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Let somebody keep me understand one. The guy who will co-moderator to Nelson Colette. How do you call it in English? MOBA. The MOBA said the prison compound, what they call it, the correction palace in Zweru were built by Ellen. I was like, where did the man come from? The correction palace, my grandfather myself used to go to 1985 when I was a child, learning how to sing. They went to say were built by Ellen. The correction palace was built in 1977. So when you not know it, and it can because it was anyone renovated it after the war and dedicated it and reopened it. So you appear a new thing to him. Because during the war it got destroyed. So Ellen renovated it, and relaunched it, they opened it. So for him, just you a new thing. I don't know. So what I'm saying is someone been around for a bit. We saw these things. So it's not new. I'm not saying we shouldn't commend the president. We shouldn't tell him thank you for doing it. But it shouldn't appear like this that never happened in Liberia. Let us bring new things. Let us start introducing, how we told on it that will maintain our roles. Let us introduce things that will change the narrative. That's the point, man. So it shouldn't appear like I hate the government so much. What, the government do anything bad to me?
You know why you keep talking about hate? We talking about what is live out there. Nobody talking about hate or not hate. It's just strange when somebody come when you seen all of these things happening. Do you know when I went to Liberia? Do you know they're gonna how dirty? Do you know how dirty the places that I've seen? And if I seen it being cleaned up now, I would say that's a change. Does that mean it's something that's changed?
You are right. I have not experienced a
It's
clean.
changed from the dirt to the clean. It's changed. It's changed from the old to the new. It's changed.
That's true. Like I said, that's true. Because
If you get, it's okay for you to say, okay, I want to see things that were never in Liberia before. I don't just want to see the same old thing being restored and then they want it's something that then those are the changes that I want to see. It would make perfect sense to anybody. But if you just say nothing have changed, everything else, something that's what happening, that's what's still there, and then people looking at you like, what? Really? Are you being for real right now?
But
It's not anything about somebody hating somebody. No, that's not what it is.
do we have a national scholarship program in Liberia? No. Do we have a national health care system? No. Do we have a national loan system? No. Do we have national
Let
thing?
me ask you a question, a sincere question, right?
Yeah.
With President Boyka coming in less than 2 years, right?
Yeah.
With the way he met the country and with all that he's been struggling with, you expect all of that things to be realized in that time?
No.
Okay. It cannot just happen in a blink of an eye. Those things cost money.
No.
Those things it's a process.
Yes.
The
I
thing is,
agree.
because it has to be established the right way and it has to function. It has to do all of the things. Places that we've seen there working right now, I don't think it was in that short period of time. And I don't think they had the broken economy we got, right?
Okay.
To make that happen right away and right then.
Okay, so let me say this.
So I agree with you. We need to see those things then, but we can't just want to see it in 2 years because it ain't happening in 1 to 2 years. And whatever I said was going to happen, that's what happened. That nothing was going to change.
Even that's not what I'm saying. Like I said always, and I continue to say, I want us to. If you look at the writings, all of my writings on Facebook, because maybe if I say we forget, but go read through my writing. I am saying we should start talking about this. Let us see the introduction of this. Let us see the conversation leading to this. Like for instance, I just told you about the Starlink. Now we got Starlink. How can we leverage the Starlink to our benefit? Maybe you can say, okay, go get Starlink. We're not going to pay for internet. Let's put computer in all the schools. Most of the schools in Liberia never have computer. That's a new thing. I can say it's a change because I went to school all through my high school days. I never touched computer in school. I read about computer.
They need to mandate those schools to do it because they're charging for school fees now.
Right.
There has to be something new in there for you to be charging that price.
One of my girls.
What are you doing different now that you're charging like $500 or $600 for school fees? You don't have a computer lab.
One of my girls' students is paying $900 in Liberia.
Yeah, I don't know what school she's going to, but yeah, they should have them. I mean,
so
wow, they can't spend this much.
Right. So if you get Starlink now in Liberia and you're trying to send it to the schools, like I hear the conversation, which is good. Guess what? The next thing you should start thinking about is, you know what happened? Next semester, let's introduce computer to the schools. Since if that one, I can say it's a change. Because like me, I went to school in Liberia all through my life. I went out of high school, I was in college before I traveled out of Liberia. I never sat down in a classroom with computer. If I ever touch your laptop, I was away from school. So if children in school now start taking computer, I mean government school, and somebody left, you Amy, you sit down right, God bless you, you get a little 4-5, You pay your little school and then put your computer inside. That's not what I'm talking about. Although it's good, but I mean like government runs school. Because the government should be the biggest in the country. The government should be the one we should look. Right now, the largest employer is the government. So why the government school can be the best?
Yeah.
If we are the best, if we are the higher employer, if we are the higher pay, because you can't tell me say anybody in Labrador getting paid money, the representative and the senators. You know, I don't really think so. I don't really think. So if we get representative and senators making more than that, what in the government, then why our schools can't be like that? You know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying there are no school in Labrador with computers, but I mean government school. Think that the government itself will spend money on. That's what we're saying. We really wish that if we leave from here and get there, like right now, another program at the Missouri University of Science and Technology, they leverage the TOEFL test. They offer that every year in like a national team from Botswana. People play in there and people come to America and go to school on that thing. Most of our friends that are in school from Brazil, South Africa, and some part of East Africa, they came to America on TOEFL. Eh?
The student exchange?
What are the school has changed?
Student exchange.
No, not a student exchange. I mean the TOEFL, that thing they call the test of English as a foreign language, where you do it and they take your grades, and other schools will you know. I'm not talking about student exchange. They had that TOEFL thing where they can book and take a test and then they take your grades. And they're still offering it today. Even 2 days ago, I was on a conference with them. They're still offering it. Why are we not doing it in Liberia? Why are we not helping our people to go to school? You know, let's introduce things. And if the government will get involved with it TOEFL and maybe we'll start host, they used to host it at Stella Maris at Capital Bypass there. I don't know what it's still doing it. You know, let us start. Let allow the University of Labrador to get involved with it. You know, let allow all high schools away from Monrovia and community colleges to start doing it so that you get exposure. You know, let's start doing online courses. Maybe 1 or 2 times so you know get used to these things. Let's introduce new things. You know, the government is doing well. I'm not despising that, but the only thing I'm saying is that nothing has changed. I think nothing has changed. It's not negative. I want to see something new. They shouldn't just take out the negative part and say nothing has changed. They shouldn't it should not be so negative. But if you say nothing has changed, what is it you want to see
sounds
happening?
negative if you're not being specific.
Okay. Okay. I know I will explain it people. No, it would win Amy, it would win the Jenna.
Yeah, I go single you got back there. He work on the shit. He be quiet. It sounds negative. If you can differentiate, if you can be specific, it sounds negative because like I just told you why. I just gave you the reason why. So if I'm looking at something and you telling me saying nothing, I'm like, okay. Then I look at you like you trying to be negative because I'm seeing something that looks new to me, that is changed to me. And you telling me that nothing has changed because back then you didn't. I was not there to see it with you, so it's new for me.
Yeah.
So what is the argument that you trying to win like that? Something. It's not about winning argument. Is I understand your point of.
Yeah, it's just about being explicit. It's not about winning. It's about give clarity to what you say. No, and that's true.
That's what I'm saying. That
Yeah,
doesn't matter if you show up. We do have closing now, brother.
Let me just can pray for all. You know, when the church when you're finished doing everything you have to pray for and everything. The last minute I can even just pray for all. You know, America. Yeah, I close my heart. Go ahead, pray.
I just decided to bring you
Thank
over
you, man.
later, guy. But tell us what's on your mind, and you close.
Can't say that for you. You don't have to put your feet there. Can't let me hear you.
No, we want you if you get gone.
I come in the show tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll work with the Liberian government from September 2005 to September 14, 2024 migrating to the US. So most of the things you're talking, I have the authority. Most of the things you're talking, and I will come and then we'll share ideas together. I'll be here tomorrow.
Good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You can't win her.
No, it's not about winning, but it's to tell her what I say. I need to tell her what where we started from, because if I would work, the entire 12 years of Henry at work, the 6th year of Georgia at work, the first
So you
year of President Boaga at work.
Yeah.
Mm,
So I have sufficient information that you may need.
okay.
Yeah.
Since me when they show and stay behind me, like, please.
Oh, I gotta do something real quick.
Oh, okay, no problem, no problem.
Come on, Titus, tell what's on your mind and say bye-bye.
So,
Yeah.
man, okay, man, hey, you're not a goodbye. Don't you in mind? We can bring new lecture.
Goodbye and what's on your mind, everything together.
I to let you stay going somewhere.
Titus was sleeping.
Anyway, thank you for the show. But like what my brother was saying, yeah, you can say there's no changes. There are so many changes happening. And when you talk about a government school, yes, government school, like some of us who went to school, we never think about computer and other stuff. Yes, in that capacity, I like to encourage the government. At least they can improve the computer. And I mean, you are maybe, I don't know. You try to deny what email was saying. There are some school they charge over $1,000 US.
No, I wasn't denying it.
Yeah, okay.
I was just saying that.
Even though they will say that there will be computer and other stuff, but sometimes you take 1 year, 2 years, you not even think about thinking about what sitting down behind computer. So that one you not even string in the bureau.
There's a school right now in Morocco that charging $9,000.
No computer. Seriously.
I'll give you the name. I don't want to announce it on the. I don't want to announce it on the air. I will send it into you.
There has to be
Like, go check it out.
something.
As in, so the government very, very come in to see how better they can talk about it.
Because I seen a registration form, right? Of some people, they have computer lab, they have all sorts of things on it. And people that are going to that school, they don't have none of that in the school. So that is defrauding the people. That is misleading and they're scamming the people. You put in something on there, they pay extra for it and everything, but they don't have the service in the school. But you claiming that it's there. That's not good. They whoever something, the oversight or whatever education, they need to do something about that. The price is rising too much for no reason whatsoever.
I will text you.
So yeah, thank you for the show. Tomorrow, today I'll be on the show soon.
You're sleeping, right? Yeah, it's okay. You're tired. You're a hustler. You go to your hustle. You gotta sleep. You fall asleep or not. Yeah, we all can be tired, my dear. So it's nothing wrong with it. We understand. Everyone, man, gotta survive in Liberia.
Check your WhatsApp. I just sent the link to you. Look at our school. Go look that school up.
Thank you, everyone. I'll look you after. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you for watching. Continue to share the show. Continue to do your part while we come in and do our part. Thank you so much. We really thank you, Fix Electronics. I really like this dude. His commenting. He's really consistent. Thank you, everyone who are watching and commenting and not commenting. Continue to share the show for us, please. And we will be back here with that tomorrow, God's willing. With that, we